welcome along to a brand new channel created by myself and Russ. And this is Let's Talk Leeds United on all Leeds news, all Leeds United news. My first ever Leeds United channel. And I'm going to be chatting some news on Leeds United throughout the season, doing a season review as well. If you look in the description on the channel, there is a few of my people that I watch who do Leeds United content as well. Like I said, Matty to Imagine Not Being Leeds, Danny, the Dad Talk Sport, the All Leeds Bros down in Dylan, and many, many more. Brilliant season last season, or this season. That's just still ongoing. Well, for Leeds, it isn't anyway. We're still ongoing for a number of teams. And we're in the playoffs. If you've got any questions, let me know and I will answer them. We're with you till about 7:30. There's been a few rumours floating around, a few stories in the YEP as well, which we'll have a look at. As well, which was done earlier by Graham Smith, which I'll get up on the screen in a second, which is really good to actually look at. I was looking at a bit earlier. Some rebuild predictions. It is from Graham at the YEP. So let me just share my screen and get it up and we can have a look through this. We're really till about 7:30, guys. But we are going to chat through this evening. Any questions on any of them? Get your thoughts in. Let me move myself to just there. And I will put this up a bit more. So it's, well, this afternoon from Graham. Leeds United summer transfer rebuild predictions with 31 assessed as surprise sale candidates. So Leeds United have spent at least 6 months planning for some transfer window rebuild. Then they will need to survive in the Premier League. Craig Marate, club's chairman, as he reads here, he addressed the local media after the Championship title-winning win was secured at Plymouth last season finale, and there's plenty of work that already been done. One will be the most important transfer window in decades at Ellen Road. He says the club will spend every penny they're allowed to under FFP, and where that money goes will be vital. And it will be vital as well, guys, where that money goes. Absolutely vital. It says there'll be sales too. And asked if players who represent profits will have to be shipped on to create spending headroom. Responded, I'm not really ready to go into that, but yes, the speculation is probably right. It's going to be a mix of seeing if they're inbounds along with outbounds. That's probably, but really not ready to go into more detail. And that, but we're looking, maximising what we can do. And so that involves our bag of in and outs. So let's have a look down here of what Graham Smith has had to say and get your thoughts in the comments down below as well, guys. And like it says at the bottom, please subscribe and like this video if you can. So let's have a look at the players on the books and these the YP's early annual prediction. Ilan Melier. So they're saying for Ilan Melier, who's currently there. You could see him back in France because he'll want to play, and if he remains, that seems far from certain. So they're thinking he could move on. And for me, I would agree with that. I agree Melier will move on. Carl Darlow. Looks like looks like Leeds could bring someone in this summer. And we may opt for Darlow to stay as the backup. It would remain to be seen if Darlow would want that, considering how well he's been doing. Since he coming, he may want a first team move, if that is the case. But we'll wait and see. So that's on Carl Darlow. But he could end up potentially moving on, which I don't think would be a bad idea if we were to move him on. If I'm honest, potentially, because I don't think he want to stick being a number 2 if he because he's currently the Wales number 1. Let's have a look. The next one, Alex Cairns. I think, as it says here, 4 clubs having him as his third keeper, and I think he will stay on beyond this season. Bogle, I think he will stay, but there could be, as it says here, man get new competition at right back though, and I do think he will get new competition at right back. Byram, for me, I could potentially see him moving on if he wants to play games, but I can also potentially see him staying to be a squad player and he can fill both roles. We'll have to wait and see regarding that. Next up is the main man, Junior Firpo. I think he could potentially be going. So for me, we need another left back in that role. And maybe someone like Soufal, who predominantly a right back, who's been linked, can do a job on the left. So maybe someone like him. He can actually use both feet as well. From what I've seen of West Ham, I've seen quite a bit of West Ham this season. Let's move on to some of the other players now. Next up is Isaac Schmidt. If Leeds could get some of the money back, and maybe more from what we paid on him, we only paid 2.5 mil, as he said there, I can see him potentially leaving, although maybe a loan with a view to permanence. He probably won't get many minutes as a full-back unless we keep him as an option from further down midfield, in the midfield areas, because that's where he was mainly used, weren't he? Regarding Schmidt. He did a really good job there. Verber, I think he will be a squad player unless Leeds get an offer they can't refuse. Which can understand given his Premier League experience. There you go. Yes, I know he decided to leave, but with his Premier League experience, I can potentially see him staying on at the club. Strike. I think he could be one of those who will leave the club if an offer comes in which we can't refuse to turn down to generate cash for players to help build a squad to stay in the Premier League. He's been around quite a bit. He's proven he's a good Premier League defender, but if an offer comes in, the club can't refuse. I think we might have seen the end of Pascal. Rodon, I think he'll stay. Already a fan's favourite. I think he'll stay. James De Bio could potentially be loaned out to the EFL, in my opinion, which would do him the world of good because he's not really got much game time. Probably to a lower end championship, maybe a League One side potentially, in my opinion. Let me know what you think. Ethan Ampadu, I think he'll stay. And I think he'll become a big part in the midfield next season, rather than defence. I think he'll be a midfielder next season for Leeds. And he's a club captain, so I think he'll definitely stay. Although that's not always a guarantee. Being club captains, but he'll say, just look at Liam Cooper, for example. Let's continue to look at Ilya Gruev. I think Gruev may move on, if I'm honest. Maybe on a permanent back to Germany. Or to Germany, should I say. And I think Gruev could potentially leave. Well, would keep him. But it'd be hard, as I was saying just the other day to a couple of friends of mine, Matty from Imagine Not Being Leeds and Sean Ely. Big up to both of you. I think if we don't sign Rothwell permanently, I think we could see Gruev stick around. If we get Rothwell permanently, I think Gruev will move on. That's my view anyway. Altanaka, I think he's going to stay next season, and I think he's going to be useful in the Premier League in both boxes, mainly in the opposition box, because he's a goal threat. As I said, then Gilavogi, I think he will move on, unless he gets an offer of a coaching role within either the under-21s or the first team, or do both kind of roles. And if that's not the case, I think he'll move on. Next up, Rothwell. If we can get him in, I'd happily keep him on the permanent. I can't see it, so I think we'll keep whoever around the club. Charlie Crew, I think he'll probably go out on loan to probably a League One side this time because he was in League Two last season with Doncaster. Maybe even go back to Doncaster on loan for the full season. Darko JB, I think another loan maybe there. I think he might go out on loan. Or we might decide to move him on, or he could move on depending, because he's only got 1 year left on his current deal. Darko JB. So either another loan or a permanent exit for me in terms of JB. Amundsen. Maybe a low move. But, as I was saying as well, I would potentially keep him around to help ease in the new guy for that number 10 spot. James, I think he stays. And I think he'll become one of the key players in the side next season in the Premier League. In my opinion, I think he'll be one of the key men, which helps Leeds potentially stay in the Premier League. I'm saying potentially right now because it all depends on who we're fetching, whether I think we stay up or go down. Let's see what investment we have. Non-tour, I think he could potentially move on. In my opinion, maybe on a permanent or even a loan move, I think we could potentially see with non-tour. In my mind, Lodge, I think he will stay at the club and become a key player next season. Harrison, I think he's going to leave at the end of the season. Hopefully a permanent switch to Everton. Even if Harrison stays, I want his mum to go permanently to Everton. Sam Chambers, I think we'll see a loan move for Sam next season. Just going through the squad, guys. If anyone's just showing right now, I'm just going through the squad. Let me know what I think will happen to the players that we've got in our books, whether they'll stay or go out on loan. If you miss anybody, you can go back to the beginning when I load it up and go through it all from there. Manor Solomon, if we can, I'd keep him. And with Marseille coming in, might be difficult, but having said that, we attracted Rafinha when there were Champions League football on the table. So we'll have to wait and see, but try and keep Solomon next season. Gallar, I'd sell him. No really cut it to Leeds, Joffrey, but I would get rid. Sam Greenwood, I'll get rid of him permanently as well. No really worked out for him either at Ellen Road this summer, or in his spell, should I say, Bamford. I think he could potentially go out on could have seen the last of Bamford, in my opinion. And I think he could potentially move on. Joseph, for me, I think we could see a potentially loan or a permanent exit from Mateo, which we could potentially get a load of profit in from to go towards our transfer kitty if it's a permanent move. And that's what I could potentially see, in my opinion. Harry Gray, I think he may go out on loan, although he could potentially keep him around depending how low the numbers are within the squad. But I could potentially see a loan move for young Harry Gray there, which wouldn't be a bad idea for Harry to go out and get some game time. Yol Perot, I think we could potentially see him sticking around as the backup option. So there's my thoughts on the players. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Will the players I mentioned go? Will the players I mentioned stay, or will there be another route, or we'll have some more options to bring in? And there's talks of Nottingham. We're looking at James McAtee from Man City. However, Nottingham Forest have come in for him now and seem to be leading the race from what I understand. So we may miss out on him. If we were to move on Melier, would again new goalkeeper in, who would you have as a new goalkeeper? Would you have Darlow? Would you keep Darlow as backup or under the new goalkeeper, or would you keep Or would you move Dollar on as well and get back and keep Meslier around to get a new goalkeeper? Would you sell Meslier and keep Dollar, sell Dollar, or sell Meslier and keep Dollar? Which one would you do? Sell Mes, keep Dollar, or sell Dollar and keep Mes? Let me know in the comments down below. There's all your thoughts on this. Smash a like and subscribe to the channel. And I will see you again very, very soon. Take care, guys. It was just a quick one. Just to let you know, guys, what we'll be doing. May do some sort of these sort of lives most nights where I'm available. Or we'll try and jump on when there's breaking news. When the retained list comes out, I'll jump on, do a live, get some people's reactions to the retained list, and keep you all informed there. So thank you very much for listening, guys. And I will see you again later. Remember, guys, there's some names in the description of some of the channels. Make sure you drop all them a follow. Also, go and search for Discourse Over Peacocks. And go and give Evie's channel a subscribe. Discourse Over Peacocks. And go subscribe to Joe Blackburn as well. Just search for Joe Blackburn. Discourse Over Peacocks as well. Make sure you subscribe to those two excellent channels, which are not in the description. There's just some of them that I watch. I thought about them too after I gone live this evening. So make sure you subscribe to them too as well. Discourse Over Peacocks and Joe Blackburn as well is the ones in the description down below. Thank you very much for the watching my very first video. Reacted to who I think will stay, who I think will go in the squad. More videos like this. And I'll do a set rating the signing and go through some of the signing. There's no signings, key stats when signings are announced. And I will also go through any rumours which I think are credible when I get the time to as well. Or got credible links, so like from YEP, Adam Pope, Leeds Live, Darren Cross of The Athletic, any stuff like that. We'll talk on that as well. So thank you very much for watching, guys. My very first video. This is all Leeds news. All Leeds United news. With me, Russ. Thank you very much for listening, guys. And we'll see you again real soon. Take care. Goodbye.